Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the Weekly Kickoff. All right, let's have a look at the markets and the week coming up. Now, I just want to do a quick run through of what's happening today. I'll cover it in more detail in the weekly strategy session. All right, so let's just have a look where, coming into Monday, where the market finished up Friday in the US, right? Have a look. Markets have reconnected. We're at the end of the Australasian day, coming into the European session. So, the dust has settled somewhat. We do have some really nice trends forming here, right? Or trend lines to work with, right? I know Euro's been under pressure, sterling. The dollar's had a little bit of time in the sunshine, but it looks like it's sort of run out of steam, right? That's across the dollar pairs. You're starting to see, well, Aussie's trading, trying to go up, but it's in a bit more of a trickier range. And the Kiwi, well, it's just gave up those earlier gains it had last week. So what are we looking at? Like this, I see like charts like sterling and euro and even the Aussie, right? You got that third touch here, then you've got these, you can see how it's respecting trend lines. That to me is good conditions, right? As far as the technical setups, we've got good setups. We can use these, right? That's when we've got trend lines like that, we have the advantage. That's what you're going to be thinking, right? So to look at the market at the moment as well, US equity futures up. And we've got euro, sterling, Aussie, Kiwi up, the dollar down, dollar CAD not really playing the game, but that's a really good structure. That gives me confidence, right? So you're like, okay, we've got good market conditions. We've got, the trend lines. We've got trend lines to use. So now it's just a matter of working out which instruments we hit and when are things going to take off, right? And that really comes back down to, the whole fundamental aspect, right? I'll come into the signals in a minute because there should be some things lining up as we go forward this week. Now, the economic calendar, let's just go into, let's start with the high impacting numbers, right? So just what you want to see in a snapshot, what's going on now. CPI, Aussie CPI numbers, okay? Any CPI numbers are pretty much fair game and something we want to focus on. We've got the Fed, okay? And we've also got the Bank of England. Now, both central banks not expected to change rates. Okay, so what does that do for us? Well, it gives us a chance to actually trade the current trends. Or if there are comments here coming out of the central banks, right? And I don't, Kevin Walsh has already come out and said they're not going to sort of hold our hands and with all the forward guidance. So we'll see how that plays out. But we're going to get a lead here with the Aussie CPI numbers. Okay, Aussie crosses. Aussie against the dollar, maybe, right? It's still, this lingering geopolitical event that just seems to be going on forever, which is sort of Trump in one package, really. It's little bit like painful. So what you need to do is find out what's going on here with the economic numbers, say something as important as the Aussie inflation numbers, and then you get up your Aussie crosses, your Aussie template here, and then really sort of pinpoint the best pairs, right? Best technical setups. That's what we're looking for, right? That's when you go back in and start drawing your trend lines around what's actually happening in the market. So that is something you want to do as a bit of homework. Go into the CPI numbers. Now, if I change it to medium and high impacting numbers, we're starting to get a bit more of a bigger picture here of what's going on. Durable goods, right? Like durable goods is a respected number. It was always a good number that we followed. Probably lost a little bit of shine over the years, but keep an eye on that. It's not like it's a major thing, but it's there. It's a something, right? Now, you come into looking into Wednesday. We've got those Aussie CPI numbers, US consumer confidence numbers. Okay, definitely something we want to be having a good look around. Then we've got the Fed, right? It's not like we've got interest rate changes coming up here, forecast. So these won't be fever pitch. They do get a lot of coverage from the media. It's more about the market will be, as far as factoring in moves in the market, it'll be around what they expect the central banks to say, right? And if anything, at the moment, the way the dollar is sort of trending right at the moment, as far as like sort of, I should say moving, not trending, it's, as I said, it's run out of gas. Which is quite funny because oil has gone through the roof. It's sort of giving back some gains. But so that's where we are with the dollar. That's sort of the Fed probably factoring in, not doing anything, right? That's something worth sort of considering. Okay, so then you come down through into Thursday. We're looking for, like, we get the big picture here. We get answers, okay, from the Aussie CPI numbers, from the Fed, from the Bank of England. We get the answers, then we put them into play. If we get dollar direction coming out of the Fed meeting, then it sort of works nicely for us for trading the instruments after that, because we already know what the dollar's doing. So then it's a matter of trying to work out, okay, what's the euro doing with these numbers? If it's opposite to what the dollar's doing, we get a nice clean move, very low risk, easy trades, right? Around the actual central bank announcements, okay, the rate cut here, the vote count will be of interest, right? Because there is no change expected. So this sort of gives us a bit more insight into how close are they to really changing rates or not, right? That's what that is. I'll cover that in a bit more detail on the day of the release. And then you come down and we've got the PCE numbers. Okay. These always get like thrown around like, yeah, they're one of the Fed's favorite numbers and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. It's an inflation number. It is important. We'll have a look, but don't get buy into the media, right? Because they're there to sell ads, not trying to help you trade better. Now, coming to Friday, we do have some CPI numbers. The Tokyo CPI numbers are the main ones. Now, the Japanese numbers are rarely different. It's like the sort of German numbers, to be honest. Then you got the BOJ, no change of rates expected there. Employment numbers out of the Eurozone, it's a bit of a dead number. And that's sort of good, right? And when I say dead number, don't sort of drop your head and think that's it. No, when we have situations where numbers don't really come in and have a major impact, that's actually good, because what we get is we get the answers from inflation numbers and from the central banks. And if there's nothing else coming out, we use this direction because there's nothing else to influence it to go along with the sort of trends, right? That's how we sort of play it out. So that's where we are at the moment. Market's pretty calm, pretty quiet, which is good for Monday. I like to see nice, calm markets Monday. It means everyone's just waiting and seeing what happens, and then we can piece it together. So by tomorrow, when we get into the strategy session, we'll be able to sort of piece it together a little bit more in a bit more detail around where those key opportunities are. Now, and with those numbers that are coming out, make sure you use the live signals and the market analysis to really fine-tune your opportunities, right? When it comes to the Aussie CPI numbers, click on the Aussie tab, right? Then you can actually find out exactly what instruments have got clear direction and which ones don't, right? And that makes it a bit easier to sort of focus on which instrument you should be trading. All right, guys. So anyway, this is supposed to be a bit shorter than that, but I just wanted to have a quick look around, see what was happening in the markets. Not a lot at this stage. If anything, good conditions. That is a really good sign that, you know what, we might be in for a nice cruisy week. All we need is a bit of variance in some of these numbers, give us direction, and then we jump on all over it. All right, guys, have a good one. All the best. Cheerio.